Not gonna lie, my lips have always been crusty. No, I'm joking. But what's up? It's Keep 301. How are y'all feeling today? How are we gonna piss the devil off today? These are gonna be 6 ways to stay positive and get to God's eyes. And number one would be to remember that God is always with you. A lot of us sometimes we forget that God is always with us. And He's always, you know what I'm saying, wanting us to connect with Him, like read the Bible and talk to Him and pray. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we'll forget that and like we'll think that God's not there, but you know what I'm saying, a quick reminder that God's always here. He's always with us. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we'll forget that because we probably might not hear Him, or we might not be seeing signs and breakthroughs and stuff like that, where you might just be feeling depressed because the devil, you already know, the spiritual warfare. You know what I'm saying? We do not battle against the flesh and blood. We battle against the wickedness of high places and the wickedness of the devil. You already know. And you have to understand is that sometimes He'll make you feel like you feel worthless and stuff, and God is always with you. So don't ever think that. Don't ever feel like God is not with you. You know what I'm saying? God is always with you at all times, and it's easy to forget that at times. You know what I'm saying? But remember that God is always with you, and He wants you to talk to Him at all times. You know what I'm saying? Even when you're upset, even when you're down, anytime. You know what I'm saying? And number two would be seek the Lord. Like I said, seek the Lord and all His righteousness, and all things shall be added. Well, seek the Lord and you shall find. You know what I'm saying? Always seek the Lord. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you're drained of energy, when you feel like you're just unmotivated, because the devil, he'll throw those little spirits at you. So always seek the Lord. You know what I'm saying? That you shall find. You know what I'm saying? You shall find better energy. You know what I'm saying? You will find a better, you know what I'm saying, way of living. You know what I'm saying? You'll find, you know what I'm saying, just a healthier lifestyle for yourself when you seek the Lord, because He is prosperous. He's all love, and He is all, you know what I'm saying, He's very generous, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying, open your heart to Him, you know what I'm saying? Try and open your heart to God. A lot of times we don't want to open our hearts, you know what I'm saying, to new things, you know what I'm saying, but try and open your heart, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's perfect, you know what I'm saying? We all, you know what I'm saying, we all do things, you know what I'm saying? We all have our own, you know what I'm saying, things, our own vices. So nobody's perfect, for real. But always be open with your heart to God, you know what I'm saying? Always. He's always wanting to hear you, always wanting to see you, always wanting to be with you, always. He's very, you know what I'm saying? He's like a ghost. It's always there, you know what I'm saying? Stronger than any of us will ever be if we, you know what I'm saying, if we're ever ghosts, you know what I'm saying? We are spirits though, and our energy can connect with others. But you know what I'm saying, God is the ultimate of all that. He created all that. So he's always here. You know what I'm saying? So seek the Lord and open your heart. Number three would be positive acts. You know what I'm saying? When you do positive acts and positive thinking, that brings you up to your higher self, which that's where God wants you to think. You know what I'm saying? He wants you to think smarter, more wiser, more creative of your life. You know what I'm saying? Because He's all prosperous. When the devil, he doesn't want you to do none of that. He's all destruction. So when you're not thinking positively and doing positive things, your body, you know what I'm saying, and the way you look, you know what I'm saying, the way you are is just going to decrease, you know what I'm saying, because you're not taking good care of yourself. You're not taking care of yourself in a positive way, you know what I'm saying? If you're not repenting, you're not clearing yourself of demons, because that's what you're doing. If you're not repenting, you're not cleansing yourself of all the demons that you're carrying, you know what I'm saying, all the grudges and all the, you know what I'm saying, all the mishaps that you never healed from, you know what I'm saying, all the slower versions of yourself that you never healed from. That's what really your pain is, just for little versions of yourself that you haven't healed from, that you haven't, you know what I'm saying, gotten past. But you know what I'm saying, God is all process. When you give your heart to Him, that's when you can look inside yourself and figure out what's wrong with you, or figure out your pains, you know what I'm saying, where you can convict yourself and finally say, you know what, I'm the issue. You know what I'm saying? I need to fix that problem. I need to change that up. You stop blaming people for my problems. You know what I'm saying? That's what God brings upon you. And a lot of people don't want to do that. A lot of people don't want to change and look inside themselves and become a better version of themselves. And that's what comes with following Christ and becoming a better version of yourself. You're always becoming a higher version of yourself, a higher self. Because that's what God wants from you, to become a positive, more loving, more creative version of yourself. You know, it's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Get this good energy. You know what I'm saying? I already know. Love you, ego, by the way. And sending good, positive love, daily love. Love you, ego. And number four will be praying, fasting, and meditating. These are quick ways to connect with God, you know what I'm saying, in ways that we may not understand, because we're all spiritual beings. We're just having a physical life, you know what I'm saying. We're all, you know what I'm saying, this is a spiritual world after this. So we all need to be really connecting to our spiritual selves, you know what I'm saying, connecting with God more, you know what I'm saying, especially after, you know what I'm saying, when we're gone, you know what I'm saying. If you were to knock on somebody's house, you know what I'm saying, would He let you in if, you know what I'm saying, you did nothing for Him? You know what I'm saying, what did you do for God? You know what I'm saying. And A lot of times, and sometimes it doesn't mean like making a video and stuff like that. It just means praying and, you know what I'm saying, knowing that you have a love for God, you know what I'm saying, loving his people and loving, you know what I'm saying, just loving the atmosphere of, you know what I'm saying, having God with you. You know what I'm saying? That's what building a connection with God is. You know what I'm saying? I'm praying, fasting, and meditating. Those are strong ways to build a connection with God. You know what I'm saying? And I think what was it? Jesus fasted for 40 days. Something like, and the devil tempted him. That's how, you know what I'm saying? That's the strongest way to connect with spirits. You know what I'm saying? That's how Jesus did. You know what I'm saying? And that's how Jesus wants to connect with us, praying, fasting, and meditating how he was in this world. You know what I'm saying? How he connected to God. You know what I'm saying? How when he was fleshly. You know what I'm saying? That's how we really need to be going about life. You know what I'm saying? Being positive, learning about our spiritual selves, growing in our spiritual self. You know, and praying, fasting, and meditating can help you do that because it's like it's cleansing your body of demons and it's helping you grow spiritually because you're not holding on to, you know what I'm saying, all these bad motives and all these bad ways that you feel, you know what I'm saying. And you don't have to like fast and stuff like that, but it's just you know, a way to connect with your spirit more. But you don't have to do it. It's just praying and reading the Bible is just good, you know what I'm saying. But I usually use fasting because fasting is how you can also cleanse your body and, you know what I'm saying, protect yourself with spirits like inside. But number 5 would be keep focus on God always, even through your trials and tribulations. Like God puts us through trials and tribulations to test the genuineness in our faith. You know what I'm saying? I also learned that off of The Chosen. Y'all need to watch that show. It's free. It's a free app called The Chosen. Y'all need to watch that. It's amazing. It's everything. Yo, it just does everything. You know what I'm saying? And but when you keep your focus on God, you're not going to fall into mischief. You're not going to be confused by the devil because the devil wants you confused. The devil wants you to not know the path that you're walking on. You know what I'm saying? That's why you always have to always keep your sight on God. You know, so always keep your connection to God. Because if you fall into mischief, you fall into all these distractions, all these, you know what I'm saying, all these phony fairy tales that people will leave out just for you to fall into a trap. Because this world is given over to the wickedness of high places. So a lot of things are made to be a trap. A lot of things are made to destroy us and to keep us locked in on a way that is meant to destroy us. You know what I'm saying? So we have to kind of rewire our minds out of this world and kind of put it in a more healthy, more following Christ in a way, denying ourselves, following the Ten Commandments in a way, because that still exists, and we still need to rewire our minds, get back to. I'm not saying we have to get back to the old days, but how it was ran. You know what I'm saying? With the rules. You know what I'm saying? And keeping our focus on God is the perfect way to do that. You know what I'm saying? Reading the Bible, following the Ten Commandments, denying yourself and picking up your cross, and that goes the other way around. But either way, you get what I'm saying. And keeping your focus on God, that can mean like anything, you know, talking to him, praying, reading the Bible, you know what I'm saying, especially reading the Bible. That's how you really connect, you know what I'm saying? That's the bread of life. And praying is also the bread of life. You know what I'm saying? Listening to this is also the bread of life. Just anything that has God in it is the bread of life, you know what I'm saying? So every time I put God somewhere, it's the bread of life, you know what I'm saying? It pushes it to somebody who needs it, you know what I'm saying, in a way. And number 6 would be denying yourself, like I said, and following Christ. Like I said, denying yourself. I think somebody said in the comments earlier today, but denying yourself. He didn't know, or they didn't know what denying yourself. Basically, cutting out the things of this world, like because this world has been given over to the wickedness of high places. So like you basically have to deny yourself, basically doing like no drugs, staying sober minded. You know what I'm saying? But we're not all perfect, so don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't think that, you know what I'm saying, we're all gonna be perfect in doing this. But denying yourself, following Christ and his 10 commandments, you know what I'm saying, and just following, you know what I'm saying, the path of the Lord, you know what I'm saying, the path of God, because there's a lot that about this world that is going to is set up to destroy us, you know what I'm saying? And it's just the matrix, you know what I'm saying? You have to break out of that matrix to really gain perspective on how God wants you to live your life. And once you really start to live your life how that is, you're gonna see your blessings start to multiply because you're finally following the correct way of living, and you can finally grow and become a better version of yourself each and every day, even if it's a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Try and grow each and every day. Do positive things each and every day. You know what I'm saying? Think positive. You know what I'm saying? So every time when you think negative, that's the devil attacking you, by the way. Keep your full armor of God on. Stay prayed up. Keep your gift of discernment. I'm putting all this information on these videos because I need y'all to stay prayed up. And you know what I'm saying? Just remember to keep your focus and deny yourself. You know what I'm saying? Pray for your armor. And that's how you stay stronger with denying yourself. You know what I'm saying? Which staying sober, staying off the websites, doing all these things that will lead you off the path of God. You know what I'm saying? It's really simple, but really it is difficult because this is a spiritual warfare at all times. You know what I'm saying? It's never gonna stop until you die. So I'm sorry, but that's it. I keep Dream 301. I'm out. I love y'all.